Hi, welcome to my channel Electronics with RP. Let's continue exploring semiconductors. So, we have seen that there are materials which are conductor, there are materials which are insulator, and there are materials which are semiconductor. Let us explore semiconductor in some details. Now, before that, let's understand the grouping of materials. Now, materials are grouped according to the number of electrons in their valency orbit. So, all the material which have one electron in the outer orbit are grouped together. Two electrons are grouped together. Three electrons in the outermost orbit are grouped together. Four electrons, so on. Now, semiconductor is a material which has four electrons in its valency orbit. Now, if you examine this, you will come to know so here 1, 2, 3, 4. These are the four electrons of this atom. This atom shares one electron. This atom shares another electron. This atom shares another electron. This atom shares another electron. So four atoms, adjoining atoms, share one electron with this atom, and this is how they form a bond. So this is how a crystal of semiconductor looks like. The most widely used semiconductor are germanium and silicon. Both have four electrons in their orbit. Now, a pure semiconductor is known as intrinsic semiconductor. Now, what is done is a small amount of impurity, and that impurity is added to a pure intrinsic semiconductor, and when the impurity added is a pentavalent having 5 electrons in its outer orbit, what happens is 4 electrons out of this 5, they form a bond with the 4 electrons of the semiconductor, and the 1 electron which is extra becomes a free electrons which can carry current. So we can say that this is how it looks like. So this 1 electron over here is extra or free electron. This electron will carry the current. Carry current. This type of semiconductor where the impurity is added, a pentavalent impurity is added, is known as N type. of semiconductor, because the electrons are the carriers of current. So this is N type of semiconductor. Similarly, when we add a trivalent having 3 electrons in its outermost orbit. So what happens is these 3 electrons pair up with the semiconductor, and there is a deficiency of electron here, which is known as a hole, which is deficiency of electron. Now what happens is an electron from here will jump over here and it will fill this hole. This will result in a hole being created over here. So here there will be a hole. So another electron from somewhere else will jump here, the hole gets created there. So the current flow in such type of semiconductors are because of holes. That is why it is known as P type. And this process of adding impurity to a pure semiconductor is known as doping. And after doping, an intrinsic, which is a pure form of semiconductor, becomes extrinsic semiconductor. So N type and P type are semiconductors which are derived after adding impurities. So this is how a semiconductor is made to flow, to enable us to carry electricity through the flow of electrons and flow of holes. That's all, my friends, today. Let's meet in my next video. Thank you.